My name is Virginia Jacobs. I'm chair of the Prince George's County Board of Education. We always love the time of the year, 3 or 4 times a year, when the Board of Education presents the awards to our students, to faculty across the school district for the outstanding work that you did. Let's give the choir another hand. What a fabulous job you do in orchestrating and doing such a fabulous job around the music selections. You know, I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if me and my colleagues could create a choir, and maybe you could make us actually excellent people in our singing. It would take some work, probably. I want to recognize the council chair, Ms. Ingrid Turner, chair of the Prince George's County Council. And clearly, Dr. Coleman-Potter is going to come up as well, but I wanted to recognize that she is here on behalf of Dr. Height, our Deputy Superintendent. And also the fabulous administrators and staff that do great work to make sure that we are properly awarding our students. To my left, if you all would stand and be recognized. Thank you. So, the flag is here. Okay. If everyone would stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, I would greatly appreciate it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And so, as I welcome you here tonight, I just want to remind you that, again, this presents an opportunity for us to recognize the great work across the county of our students, of staff, and administrators who do great work every single day in our school system. I want to also recognize my colleagues who we work closely with every day. I'm going to start with the Board Vice Chair, Ms. Donna Hathaway Beck, Ms. Rosalind Johnson, Mr. Henry Armwood, Ms. Carolyn Boston, Ms. Peggy Higgins, and Mr. Edward Burrows. Welcome tonight, and we look forward to presenting all of the fabulous awards that you're going to receive. At this time, we're going to have another musical selection by the Northwestern High School Ensemble Singers again.
You belong, say 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 sing you rejoice, sing you rejoice, sing you rejoice with music. I will lift up the voice of music, fill the world with a joyful sound. I will lift up the voice of music. voice to right the wrong. I lift it up in anthem strong. I sing the everlasting song. I sing the everlasting song.
Good evening again. On behalf of Dr. William Hyde, our superintendent, we certainly like to thank you for coming tonight. This is a festive season, not only because Santa will be here in 10 days, as my son so eloquently tells me every morning, but also because this is a time of the year where we stop to give thanks. And we are certainly thankful for the wonderful talents and gifts that our children have been blessed with. So tonight you'll see not only some of those talents showcased by not only the Northwestern wonderful choir, but also you're going to have the opportunity to see the Board of Education give acknowledgement to many of our awardees that have been so wonderful this first semester. We want to thank you for being here tonight, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of this evening's functions. Thank you.
At this time, I would please ask my colleagues to join me up on the stage so that we can give these awards. Thank you, Dr. Coleman-Potter. So we have a number of presentations to make this evening, and Mr. Dave Zarin from the Television Resources Office and ABC affiliate WJLA Channel 8 and News Channel 8 will assist us with the presentations. My colleagues can find their seats. I want to personally thank the staff from the board office, the Office of Communications, Television Resources, and Maintenance for their assistance in coordinating this program. This is how we're going to proceed. To the honorees, when Mr. Zarin calls your name, please come forward along with your family and friends so that they can share this special occasion with you. To the respective school principal and executive directors, please come forward to join the board and Dr. Coleman-Potter as we present the awards. A group photo will then be taken by the school system's photographer, Mr. Sherwood. After the photograph, you may take your seat and we will proceed to the next presentation. After the program, the board will host a reception in your honor, and you can eat the desserts and finger foods and things like that right after the program. At this time, I would like for Mr. Dave Zarin to come forward and help us to proceed with the honorees. Mr. Zarin.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How's everybody tonight? Thank you for coming out on, I guess the Eskimos call this a three-dog night. I'm so glad we filled it up. It was so cold in here. We've got some body heat now. We've got a few bodies in this room. Happy holidays, everybody. My apologies. As a weatherman, people come up to me all the time and they're saying, when are you going to do something about this? Those are the times when they confuse me with Bob Ryan that I say, yeah, we'll do something about that. I'll make sure when we get back. I never tell them who I really am sometimes. You know, if it's any consolation, this cold snap right here could be it for the winter. Those of you that know something about meteorology know that La Nina, the weather effect, is supposed to dominate this year, and it will come into its strength in January and February. So we're hoping that the temperatures will start to moderate by then, and that the snowfall won't be anything like last year, maybe 12 to 18 inches instead of the 60 we had last year. See, now you don't have to watch the 11 o'clock news tonight. You know, whatever it's doing outside, these are always wonderful nights. I've been doing these awards nights now for a number of years, and they're just terrific because it's a chance to really recognize some of the elite students and teachers and personnel we have in our school system. Tonight we're going to shine the light and make a big fuss over 200 children and adults in our school system who have distinguished themselves academically, musically, we've already heard that, artistically, athletically, and with their community service. You honorees tonight, you've already gotten your certificates and your plaques when you came in. As you come up to the stage, bring those with you so we can include those in your photograph. You'll get your photo taken with the Board of Education and our Deputy Superintendent, and as Ms. Jacobs just said afterwards, we have a nice reception in your honor. It is a small thank you for the jobs that you have done so well and for the service that you've given above and beyond the norm. You know, when President Obama hosted the first ever White House Science Fair recently, He said that since he'd given lots of attaboys to college and professional sports teams, he thought he should do the same thing for the winners of science fairs and math competitions and robotics contests. And he said, and I quote, "Often we don't give these victories the attention they deserve. When you win a first place at a science fair, nobody's rushing the field or dumping Gatorade over your head. Be assured then that while we too have no buckets of Gatorade, and while our celebration won't rival that of winning Hockey Stanley Cup, for instance, your achievements are real and significant." Who are you going to meet tonight? You're going to meet Myron Gibbert. He's a semifinalist for the National Achievement Scholarship, has been on the honor roll every quarter since the 3rd grade. He's close to achieving Eagle Scout rank. He wants to be an Army officer and ultimately a cardiac surgeon, and he works weekends at his local food bank. Just a great guy. He's going to come up here soon. There's Robert Allen. He's one of the teachers of the month. He hails from Magnolia Elementary School. He was recently featured in the Washington Post on Father's Day because his inspiration and passion for teaching are so great that they convinced his own son to become a teacher too. His son teaches here with us in Prince George's County along with his dad. You're going to meet a group of 6 youngsters from Northwestern Eving High School who stood outside in the bitter cold, not unlike tonight, in the wind and the dark and the rain. And they tell me they only had 2 flashlights and a ceramic light and a long extension cord as they painted a snowplow with their school logo. And they won first place for their efforts. And then there's Kathleen Bowens. I just talked to her outside. She got the 2010 Hoodie Award for Best High School Teacher in America from none other than comedian and radio star Steve Harvey. She got an all-expenses-paid trip to Las Vegas and stayed at the Mandalay Hotel. Pretty glitzy. Well, this Charles Flowers High School might not be as grand as a Vegas hotel, but it is beautifully appointed nonetheless, and it's a fitting place to honor all of you tonight. And before I go any farther, since 2000, when this school opened, this auditorium has been the child and the concern of Paul Jones. And Paul Jones, Paul, I know you're up there somewhere. Thank you, Paul, for making this such a nice place tonight. It looks beautiful. Let's give him a nice hand. Mr. Jones. All right, let's get started. You've been waiting a long time, and it's time to give you your moment in the sun. Our first honorees, and we're going to change the program just a bit because the Northwestern Choir, you guys have been getting a lot of exercise tonight. Up and down and up and down. We didn't want to give you more exercise. Mind you, you're keeping warm doing that tonight. I know that, and some of you have on short sleeves. We're going to talk about the 2010 I Sing High School Choir Scholarship Challenge. What is that? You know, back on November the 5th at Reed Temple AME Church in Glendale, they had the 2nd annual of these competitions. They had 4 colleges, a college from Alabama, Bowie, Howard, and Norfolk State, and they had 6 of our high schools there singing their hearts out for 10 minutes, and they put their presentations online, and people could vote as to who they thought was the best choir among the 6 high school groups. The number 1 group, the one you just heard, Northwestern High School Ensemble Singers, won first prize and took home $5,000. Congratulations, $5,000. And where is Leona Lowry? Leona, there she is. Leona, she has been the choir director at Northwestern for the past 13 years. The choir consists of the concert choir, the National Honor Society Ensemble, and the Gospel Choir, approximately 100 students. And she tells me that the $5,000 is going to be used to assist in spring travel and the formation of a nonprofit status for the choir parent boosters and website. Congratulations, Leona, and the Northwestern High School Ensemble Singers. Let's give them a nice hand. Thank you. If you take your place over there, the board members are going to join you. Mr. Jim Sherwood, our ace photographer, is going to take the first picture of the night. I have to say, you guys all look great tonight. The guys in their tuxedos and the young ladies in their gowns, thank you for honoring us tonight at this Awards Assembly. And we don't want all of you young people to feel anonymous. There is an individual certificate for each of you that Miss Lowry will be presenting to you tomorrow. Congratulations. And now you can leave the stage for the last time. We promise we won't ask you to come back up. And those of you that are sitting out there awaiting your time to come up to the stage, take note of what they're doing here. You have two options to come up. There are two stairwells on either side, and then you go through the curtain and then just come right out onto the stage so that we can honor you and give you your picture and talk about you a little bit. The second place winner in the I Sing High School Choir Scholarship Challenge was the Frederick Douglass High School Choir. They took home $2,500. The choir director, Marilyn Walls, called me earlier and said she wasn't able to be with us, but Rhonda Sumner, the vice principal, I believe, is supposed to be here this evening. If anyone from the Frederick High School Choir, and as soon as these young people leave the stage, we'll ask you to join us up here. And this is Vice Principal Dr. Rhonda Summy and some representatives from the Frederick Douglass Chorus. Second place winner. Ms. Walls tells me that your winning entry was a combination spiritual and a choral presentation, and then a combination of two, and apparently that was a winner. Second place, $2,500. Congratulations. Let's give them a nice hand. Frederick Douglass Choir. Thank you. A little bit like American Idol. People voted for you, didn't they? That's got to feel good. That's got to feel really good. Third place winner, they did fine as well. They took home $1,500. Ladies and gentlemen, the Duval High School Choir under the director of Damon Gray. Are any members of the Duval High School Choir here this evening? We will make sure that they get their plaque. And the last winner in the I Sing High School Choir Scholarship Challenge was the Eleanor Roosevelt High School Choir. Fourth place, Michelle Folan. They took home $1,000. There they are. Come on up, guys. Sounds like you got a lot of fans out there. Is Miss Folan here this evening? Nice to have you with us. Fowler, thank you. Good-looking group. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming this evening. Our next honorees are the 2010-11 National Merit Scholarship semifinalists. For those of you that don't know how elite that is, to become a National Merit semifinalist, 1.5 million 11th graders took the PSAT in October. Of those 1.5 million, only 16,000 students nationwide achieved National Merit semifinalist status because of their scores on the critical reading and math and writing sections of the test. Semifinalists here in Maryland represent less than 1% of Maryland high school seniors. That's a very small number. And those young people are here. We hope they're here tonight. Again, from Eleanor Roosevelt High School, maybe some of the same young people that were here on stage: Rhiannon Aguilar, Adnan Shadari, Nicholas Deason, Matthias Murray, Alexandra Pierce, and Robert Schaefer. If you're out there, would you come on up to the stage and join us? And from Bowie High School, Deanna Beebe and Susanna Betts. If you're out there, would like to recognize you as a National Merit semifinalist. Come on up to the stage, please. And if their SAT scores match their PSAT performance, they can achieve finalist status and then be eligible for some very substantial scholarship money. And we wish them well. Are both of you from Roosevelt? Yes, are you both Roosevelt? Nice to have you with us. Wonderful. The next group of young people, the 2010-11 National Achievement Scholarship Program semifinalists. These semifinalists, this test is designed specifically for African American students. 160,000 African American students took this in their junior year, and only 197 in the state of Maryland achieved semifinalist status, and you can see we have a number of them right here in our county. They are, from our host school tonight, Charles Herbert Flowers, Danielle Houston. From Eleanor Roosevelt, Steve Brent, Justin Brown, Melanie Keys, Amima Bongambek, Obina Obanichi, Natasha Scott, Xavier Thompson, and Jasmine Young. Come on up. From Oxon Hill, Brandon Johnson and Andrew Shaw. And from Bowie High School, Rico Hill, and from Friendly High School, Myron Gibbert, because we were talking about Myron earlier, about our Eagle Scout, our future cardiologist. And we should add, if there are family members out there, if there are people from schools, if there are teachers or principals, would you please come on up as well? We'd like for you to be part of this picture. We don't want you to just sit out there as your young people and your colleagues are being honored. So please feel free to come on up and join in our photo. Where's this contingent from? All right. And which one is Myron? Thank you for sending all that information. We wish you luck, and everybody else here, we wish you well on the SAT and your future scholarship monies. Thank you all for being here tonight. That's right. Give them a nice hand. Our elite students. Speaking of elite students, those of you that go online probably have noticed on the Prince George's Schools website that we highlight Scholars of the Week, distinguished young people, many of whom oftentimes come up here in other guises and for other reasons, but we highlight them. We put a little profile on the web, and I hope you've seen them. Is Ratanetta Gibson here tonight? Ratanetta Gibson. There she is. She is one of our Scholars of the Week. She's been sitting here waiting patiently for her moment in the sun. Let me tell you about her. She's a senior at Surrattsville High School. She has a 3.5 GPA. She's a member of the National Honor Society, the National Society of High School Scholars. She belongs to a group called GEMS, Girls Empowered and Making Success. She's in the marching band. She's on the football team, the swim team, Student Government Association. She's a real Renaissance lady. She's a scholar athlete. She plans to attend Towson University or the University of Maryland as a pre-med major. And in her spare time, she doesn't have much of that, she's a candy striper at Southern Maryland Hospital, and says she gets so much joy when she sees the patients she's with make a speedy recovery. And the picture of her online shows her with a book that says Forensic Science. Something tells me she's a fan of CSI. She's going to make a wonderful doctor someday. Thank you for the encouragement. What a great story, Ratanetta. Good luck to you. Our next Scholar of the Week, I think I saw her sitting in the back row because I recognized her from her picture and her big smile. She hails from Potomac High School. She has a 4.04 GPA. Would you welcome Potomac High School senior Christine Oliveros? Christine, come on up. Bring your family with you. Another lovely young lady. She takes, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AP classes. Yep, plus biology honors and English honors. She probably wishes she were home doing her homework, because I know you must be working very hard, Christine. She's a member of the Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard and Drill Team. She's in the National Honor Society, Student Government Association, Future Business Leaders of America. She wants to go to the University of Maryland or the University of California. Goal of becoming a pediatrician. Goal of being, in her spare time, she writes poetry. She plays the piano. She has won awards from Tuskegee Airmen and the Military Order of World Wars. And she is also a Rotary Club scholar. Christine, you've got it all working for you. Congratulations. What a great young lady. Nice family, too. Thank you all for being here tonight. Our final Scholar of the Week that we're honoring this evening hails from Suitland High School. He's got a 4.0 GPA. Is Ronald Velez here tonight? Ron. I'm sorry about that. We'll get him his plaque. He takes 10 AP classes. President of the National Spanish Honor Society, on the its academic team, volunteers at a local hospital, wants to become a nuclear engineer, and is applying to MIT and Georgia Tech. He is probably home studying tonight. We miss him. We miss him. Let's give our three all a nice round of applause. Our next honorees, I told you about them at the beginning. These young people, they do something quite unusual. Most people don't know this happens. The snow plows that are used here in our school system, and boy, did they get a workout last winter. They are painted and decorated by our own students. Well, there's a contest. It's been going on for 5 years now. And I know one of the young people has been doing this all 4 years, and they paint these snow plows. There's a competition. They're judged on originality and their school spirit, color coordination. There's a high-powered panel that judges them, and every school that entered, all 7 of them, gets a prize. Our first place winner, if they could come on up, the team from Northwestern High School. Where's the plow team from Northwestern High School? Here they come. Joining them on stage will be Mr. Walter Ware, whose idea this was, and he nurtures it and makes everybody do what they're supposed to do. Come on up to the stage, please. Northwestern High School, the first place winner in the snowplow competition. If you go online, you can see the design. It says "Push Hard," and there's a big picture of Wildcats there. We're going to be looking for those plows this winter here with your guys' designs on. Thank you for all of your artistic talents and sharing them with us. The second place winner hails from Northwestern Evening High School. Are those folks here tonight? I hope so. Northwestern Evening High School. Mr. Woodyear, the art instructor. Bring your plaques with you. Family members, come on up. I asked Mr. Woodyear, I said, what was it like? He's the guy that I told you about at the top of the show tonight. He was out there with the flashlights and the ceramic lights and the extension cords. Also, they discovered that the paint washed off, and every time they'd just get what they wanted outside, the rain would wash it away. So they had a real time of it. So you really deserve this recognition for braving the elements to try to show us all your artistic talents. Come on up. Northwestern Evening High School. Where's Mr. Woodyear? Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you for sending that to me. We had a tie, a three-way tie for third place. The Bowie High School team, under the direction of Danielle Rithaler. Is Bowie here tonight? Tied with them for third place was Frederick Douglass High School. Sarah Marola, where are Sarah and her students? Come on up. And the third place winner, the other tie, was John Hanson French Immersion with Jennifer Behringer. If you folks are there in the audience, come on up and join us. Sarah Marola, who's from Frederick Douglass, tells me that DeJounte Walker is the student who came up with the idea for the painting. He's painted the last three plows, and this is his senior year, and he was determined to see his plow win. Where is DeJounte? Is he here? DeJounte, congratulations. 4 years you've been doing this. You've gotten to be quite accomplished. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Our fourth place winner, this is their first time entering, just 4 students, and their school representative, Deborah Diggs, says, boy, did they have a great time, even though it was cold and rainy. Croom Vocational High School, fourth place winner. Where is Croom? Come on, guys. All 4 of you. And Ms. Diggs tells me how very proud the school is of the Croom students. Here they come. Thank you all. And our final winner in the snowplow competition, the 5th place winner, hails from Fairmont Heights High School. Vaughn Johnson and his students. Are they here? Yes, they are. Here they come. I was looking at your design. Is it the Fairmont Heights High School Hornets? Is that the school mascot, the Hornets? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Johnson wrote to me, he said, we all felt so cold and the rain was an obstacle, but the main thing we were concerned about was getting the job done. We had to repaint multiple times because of the rain, but most of all, we're proud of the work we did. Most of the students constantly spilled paint on their clothes. I hope you all wore old clothes when you did that. Congratulations, guys. Fairmont Heights High School. Thank you. Also on our website, we honor Teachers of the Month, just like we do Scholars of the Week. We have 2 distinguished teachers with us this evening. Is Ann Dewey here from Templeton Elementary School? Where is Ann? Here she comes. Let me tell you about Ann Dewey. Ann comes to us, to Templeton Elementary School, from a small town called Clyde, Ohio. She's entering her 4th year at Templeton and currently teaches 3rd grade math. She went to school, she got her bachelor's in Bethany College in Bethany, West Virginia. And this is really neat. During her college years, she spent 3 months abroad student teaching in a school in Australia. Her goal is to become a data coach or a math specialist in the Title I schools. Ann is the talent show coordinator. She's the Sunshine Committee chair. I'm going to have to find out what that is. But you look like a happy person. I can see why they would make you the chair of the Sunshine Committee. Her principal says Ann is one of the most positive and energetic team members I've ever seen. She takes so much pride in her craft. And Ann writes, she said, my love for children is the #1 reason I teach. I love when kids get it and I see the spark go off in their eyes. I hope that my students, when they get to be their 20s and their 30s and in their 40s, will look back and remember a song that I taught them or a jingle and have good memories of their time with their old teacher, Miss Dewey. That's a long way off, Miss Dewey. Nice to have you here tonight. And I told you about our next Teacher of the Month at the top, Robert Allen from Magnolia. Robert, come on up. Robert's been teaching in the county since 1999, all of those years at Magnolia Elementary School. He used to teach 6th grade, now he's teaching 4th. Before Magnolia, he taught in the D.C. public schools. Before that, and I'm sorry he's not going to perform tonight, he has a wonderful, wonderful voice. He was an actor in musical theater and a backup singer for several R&B artists. He got Magnolia Elementary its first Science Bowl championship ever last year. He coordinates Magnolia's STEP team, and he attended the District of Columbia Teachers College. His principal says that Mr. Allen just has an extraordinary rapport with kids. I have seen that. He builds their self-confidence and pushes them to believe in themselves. And what I really like what Mr. Allen says is, I don't want children to be little carbon copies of us regurgitating what we dispense. I want students to discover the uniqueness of themselves and to develop their own personalities just using what we've given them. He said, I am a teacher and I live to teach. Boy, is that true. Mr. Allen, congratulations. Our next honoree has received the Prince George's County Award of Excellence in Education from the ARC. Would you please welcome Carol Reed to the stage? Carol, are you here tonight? For those of you who don't know, the ARC is an organization that cares specifically for families with members that have developmental disabilities and the people themselves. They offer support to families and friends. There are thousands of these organizations throughout the country, and one of the largest is right here in Prince George's County. Back on October 21st, at the University of Maryland Golf Club, 100 people gathered to honor this lady, Carol Reed. The ARC said that their third annual award was going to her. Why Carol? Carol started teaching special education in Prince George's County in 1973. After 5 years of teaching, she caught the attention of the director of special education. She was appointed the county's first child find specialist. And since 2002, she has been part of the leadership in the Office of Special Education Instruction. Carol believes, so says ARC, that all young people have the ability to learn, and she is there to make them realize their potential educationally, emotionally, and socially. And some of her colleagues said this: parents and kids just instinctively recognize that Carol has a special gift. She knows how to listen. She has a unique talent for helping families feel like a part of the team as she makes plans to address their special educational challenges. Carol has earned her reputation as a partner, a friend, a teacher, and an advocate for children. What a great way to honor a great career. Carol Reed, congratulations. Our next honoree was featured in our Education Insight, which is a magazine, a pamphlet that shows all of the highlights of the school system. You can access that online too. Lila Walker from Beacon Heights Elementary School. Lila, are you here tonight? There she is. Lila received the Maryland Association of Elementary School Principals Assistant Principal of the Year Award. Let me tell you about Lila. I asked her, I said, did you get a cash award or a free trip or a new car? She said, no, I got a very nice plaque, Dave. Each year, this association, Maryland Association of Elementary School Principals, recognizes a single vice principal from the entire state, assistant or vice principal. She won over all other nominees in the state of Maryland. Lila has been working for the past 22 years as a teacher, as an educator. And on November 19th at Johns Hopkins Center up in Laurel, she was recognized for her excellence, and she will be recognized again in June 2001 by the Maryland State Board of Education for her achievement. Lila Walker, top vice principal in the state of Maryland. Congratulations. I asked Lila, I said, how did this all happen? She said, well, Lynn Stuvey, my principal, who is right there with her, who is an institution here in Prince George's County, she sent a letter of recommendation. So did 5 of her colleagues, and it just worked out. And I understand that you were 14 years in Norfolk before you came to us, and boy, are we glad that you are here. Lila Walker. We're coming to the end of our honorees. Unfortunately, our favorite teacher contest winner, Nikki Brown, who is going to be honored in the Gazette, you can read about her in tomorrow's Gazette, was unable to join us tonight, but she has our best wishes. She had an injury last week and is not able to join us. She's a phys ed teacher at James Madison Middle School. But you can read all about Nikki Brown, Favorite Teacher Award Contest winner, tomorrow in the paper. Our 2 other awards, first of all, the Maryland Council of Teachers of Mathematics has recognized 2 of our outstanding math teachers, Regina Walters and Patrice Pollack. Would you both come on up? Regina Walters from Templeton Elementary and Patrice Pollack from Dodge Park Elementary School. Let me tell you about Patrice. Patrice teaches math and science, and she applied for this award, and she didn't know what the process was going to be like. But you know, when you apply for awards like this, you find out what people really think of you. And her principal, Dr. Judith White, wrote, "Miss Pollock is one of the most effective and organized teachers I've ever worked with. She has brought technology into the classroom. You should see her kids. They use Interwrite boards, Interwrite pads. They use the mobile computer lab, the Turning Point audience response pads. Anything that is technology-oriented, she's got in that classroom. She is just a phenomenal mathematics educator who also has high personal integrity and an intuitive teaching style. I am the most fervent admirer of her spirit, her creative talents, and her clever sense of mathematics' place in the world." And in her application, Patrice said, "You know, getting kids turned on to math is really tough today. So I try to tie it in to what it is they do in their personal lives. That's the only way to get motivation. And I hope that my young people, when they leave me, will always remember me fondly and make mathematics as much a part of their lives as it has been in mine." Patrice Pollock. Congratulations, Patrice. And Regina Walters, you might not see her on television every week, but she's there a lot. The Telly Award-winning program Count on Us that we produce here in Prince George's County Schools. Who produces it? Regina Walters does. And she is the kind of producer that if the talent doesn't show up, they go on live at 4 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. If it's 5 to 4 and the talent isn't in the house, who's into makeup? It's Regina. She's out there. She's filling in without a script, and you'd never know that she wasn't prepared. She's been in the county for 20 years as a classroom teacher, a math coach, and a math resource teacher. She's presented professional development sessions for NSA, the Maryland Council of Teachers of Mathematics. She's the go-to girl, if I can call her that, when you need a really good math teacher to tell people how it's done. She's had the privilege of being the producer of that Count on Us program for the last 3 years. She maintains high expectations of herself and her students. She knows her content from A to Z and Z to A. No math problem stymies her. And she uses manipulatives on the program. She makes it fun. She turns it into a game. And she said, "I provide my kids, whether they're watching on TV or in my class, with best practices, and I hope they'll walk away with a spark of enthusiasm for math that will build a passion for the subject matter for the rest of their lives." Regina Walters, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. My final honoree, our final honoree tonight, the 2010 Hoodie Award recipient for Best High School Teacher in America, Kathleen Bowens from Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School. Come on up. Let me tell you about Kathleen. I mentioned her at the beginning of the show. She got an all-expense-paid trip to Las Vegas and stayed at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Steve Harvey, famed comedian and radio artist, he came up with this idea. The Hoodie Award means things that take place in the neighborhood that deserve attention should get lots of attention and prizes. And one of the many categories of the Hoodie Awards is Best High School Teacher. Now, I asked Kathleen, I said, "Did you get a big check? Did you get a car?" And she said, "No." She said, "Because the sponsors of each of the individual awards have to come up with the cash." Turns out the sponsor was the NEA. Not known for deep pockets, right, Kathleen? Now, the other categories, Best High School, Best Church, Best Barber Shop. There's a Hoodie Award for Best Detailing, and these are the best. Best Nail Salon, and Best Fried Chicken. I bet Colonel Sanders gave them a nice big check for that one. In any event, this award, again, was voted on online and by a committee. They got to go out. It was the 8th Annual Hoodie Awards at the Mandalay Bay and Casino. It was a sold-out crowd. Everyone was dressed to the nines. Steve Harvey called up Kathleen, and she is our winner, and we're very proud of the best high school teacher in America, according to the Hoodie Awards. Kathleen. Great smile, by the way. Is there anyone in the audience who expected to be recognized tonight and I've not yet called their name? This is your chance. Maybe I can get an award and he won't know the difference. No. Ladies and gentlemen, before we dismiss, because we have a wonderful reception, for standing up here and smiling and grinning all night, could we have a round of applause for our Board of Education and our Deputy Superintendent? Thank you all. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to all of you.